All right, welcome to another exciting episode of the Wrap Up. This is our 100th episode. What an achievement! What? What do you mean? Well, 100 videos on our YouTube channel. We already did that? Oh. Oh, it's a brand new show! Oh, hush. But I let this one fall off. Spartacus. He likes to lick and bite. Alright, so hopefully the intro's done. I have the dogs, all they want to do is play anytime I want to do video. Unbelievable. So, anyway, on this episode of the Wrap Up, I don't know if it's going to be a weekly, just whenever I think of it, so don't worry about it, whatever. Episode 1 of the Wrap Up with the learning nerd, Bryon Lape. So this week is pretty interesting because I finally decided, well, as some of you may know, about a year ago, I finally got rid of carbonite. And I was needing an online backup for quite a while. And the reason I got rid of carbonite is they start to throttle you back at about 250 gig. And with all the pictures that I take, so the D80 I shoot all raw. That's 10 megapixel. The D7000 I have now 16 megapixel. It doesn't take long to fill up 250 gigs. And they were just beating my poor iMac to death because it could never upload anymore, and it constantly thought it had stuff and it would never finish. It was just ridiculous. So I finally, after all their excuses, saying, well, you have a lot of big backup and all this, as if it was as if that was surprising. I mean, this is a couple of years ago, a 1 terabyte hard drive for a consumer was about $120. So people are going to fill that much space. And yes, I understand that the online space is big, massive hard drives and multiple RAIDs, and it's all over I get all that. But what these online backup firms really need to understand, especially in the consumer market, is how much information people are recording anymore. I mean, you've got consumer grade digital cameras with 24.5 megapixel resolution. Even shooting that on JPEG, that is a huge file, and people are just going click, 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 click. And I understand a lot of people have their iPhones and their Androids, and they use Snapchat and they use Instagram, but still, there's a lot of consumers that are using cameras to take pictures of holidays, of birthdays, and they do video. And when a 32 gigabyte card, SD card, is $35, they're going to fill up hard drives right and left. So enough ranting. So I had looked at others. I had looked at iDrive. I had looked at Spider Oak. I looked at Crash Plan. And my needs are, I have multiple computers, and I have probably over about a terabyte of hard drive space I need, at least start off at that. So comparing all of the options and the pricing, because some are unlimited, but you got to pay per computer, and others are limited space but unlimited computers. So I went with iDrive, plus they're having a 50% off, so I paid for a year. I have that running on my Linux box. That's the idea of, I have a 2 terabyte hard drive in there that I'm going to put stuff to. But I'm also backing up certain things on the various Macs. So my iMac, my wife's laptop, this laptop, we have another Mac laptop as well, and get those to be just kind of the user settings. And I want people to use this network drive as for their big files, and then it'll back that up automatically. So I've been beating the crap out of my network for 2 days. It's going to be a long time before it catches up. It's like 500 some odd gig on that one drive. So it's going to be a while. I'm learning. They have a Perl script, they have excludes, and I'm learning what to exclude. Apparently Apple puts all kinds of folder names all over the place, and I don't need any of that crap. I just need the actual files. So sorry Spider Oak, and sorry Crash Plan, you didn't get my business, at least this time. We'll see how it goes with iDrive. Right now, of course, it's 10 megabit upstream is all I get from Cincinnati Bell with Optics, and I'm filling it up constantly. So we'll see. So, in other news, I finally ordered memory for my iMac. My poor iMac has been suffering with 4 gigs, and I've been doing videos, I've been doing large renderings, and it's just dog slow. So I finally ordered 16 gigs of memory, thinking, oh, it's going to take a week. I ordered it late last week, and it arrived yesterday in the mail. I couldn't believe it. It shipped Tuesday from California and arrived on Friday. Awesome. So put it in, boot it up. It's working. I mean, you can already tell that the computer has more memory. I know that things off the hard drive aren't going to be any faster, but it's caching more. I can open more things. I can open larger files without it getting really slow. So I'm excited. The iMac, you know, you just pull it out, pull the panel off, pop it was a bit harder than I thought. It's the one with the super drive. It's not the newer ones where they've gotten rid of all the things you actually need on it. So, and that gets me to the Pro. You know, some people ask me why I still have this old MacBook Pro, this one right here. Solid state drive, 8 gigs of RAM, it's awesome. And why I don't get a new one? It's simple. Apple no longer makes a 17-inch MacBook Pro or anything, any laptop. And the 15 inches is just too small. Oh, it's higher. I get that it's a high resolution screen and all that. I understand. All that does is make the pixels and make the font smaller. Yes, it's sharp, but then I'm like this all the time. I need space. I need real estate. I need to spread things out. So Apple, I don't know why you're not making the 17-inch anymore, but it drives me nuts. Please reconsider. So while we're ranting on Apple, the new Mac Pro, the trash can size, but yay big. It's apparently not going to be out till February now. Surprise there. But I have to agree, it's not pro. It's a prosumer at best. You know, within 6 months, within a year at most, you're going to be able to do a do-yourself project, $2,000, and build your own thing. It's going to be a lot better specs, better hard drive throughput, faster video, faster graphics, everything else, and then you have to run Windows on it. My goodness. And you know, Apple, I don't understand what they're doing with hardware. Maybe they're too afraid of the 90s when they just about went out. But my goodness, they've had more than one opportunity to completely take the Mac OS and make it just replace Windows. And people will say, oh, that'll never happen. It's happening right now. Manufacturers are starting to ship Android apps on Windows desktops. And some will actually dual boot between Android and Windows. Some can actually do it at the same time. Some of it's emulation, some of it's similar. It's very freaky. They're freaked out. This is Dell, this is HP, this is the big boys. Because tablets are just going crazy. And more and more people just need a tablet. They don't need a computer. They don't need a laptop. They don't need a desktop. And they just take their tablets and they run with them. The Apple's iPad is very popular. Android's tablets are very popular. Windows tablets are not. Windows tablets suck. They all run Windows 8. They can't give them the things away. So bad, so sad. So then again, Apple had another opportunity to market their OS onto hardware. Heck, I would pay $300 for the Mac OS as opposed to the $50 that it costs when you buy it with Apple hardware for the upgrades, and now there's some are free and some aren't. Mavericks, I like some things, I don't, but I like it far better than Windows. It works. I don't have to worry about it. It's Unix underneath. I can go to a shell script. I can do all kinds of stuff. It's so much better to play with. So, in wrap up, I'm back to shooting with my conventional Tamron lens. That's what's on here. This is a film lens. My dad needed his Nikkor back. So I've been debating what I'm going to get as far as an upgrade this coming year in photography equipment. And what I've decided is I'm going to go with the Tamron lens. In fact, I'm going to go with as I get all the specifications right, I'm going to get the Tamron SP 24 to 70 millimeter. It's a 2.8. It's a DI. It does have the vibration control for the Nikon and the Canon version. The Slanted Lens on YouTube, I watched several of his videos. He used this lens in a shoot. very crisp, very sharp. He used it on a full body. And that's the other thing. Why you have a DX frame, a body, why are you going with a full frame lens? Simple. I'm gonna make my next camera upgrade. I don't care what the 7200 has. I don't care if it has 30 billion megapixels and has satellite linkages. I'm done with the DX bodies. I'm gonna move to full frame. The 610 has convinced me that's where I wanna go. It's finally in a price range, dual SD cards. They have things with built-in Wi-Fi, all that good stuff. But really, there were two things holding me back from the full frame. One was the use of the cards and the compact flash and all that crap. And two was the price. Now the 600 kind of enticed me a little bit, but I didn't make that jump. The 610, I may make it next year or the year after, I don't know. Maybe I'll wait for the 610's replacement to come out and get some real good quality 610 used bodies. I don't know. But to me, it makes sense. I don't need the extra reach of the DX bodies. I don't ever use it. I don't get rid of cameras either, so if I need the 7000 still or whatever, and it's not like I'm going to replace the next couple months, it's going to be a while. But the high ISO sensitivity and the better colors of the full frame are just too enticing, and I can't ignore it anymore. So the 610 is on my short list. This Tamron lens is what I'll be getting hopefully in the next couple months at most. I can't wait to get it out and do some shooting with it, do some videos with it, do some landscape and all kinds of things. This is where I tend to do my shooting for the most part. My telephoto lens, I have two of them. Almost never take them out anymore, haven't in years. One of them, I'm not even sure where it is. It's a full frame conventional lens. I want to find it because I want to put it on the film bodies that I got from my uncle, those Nikon N8008S's, and use it for some things. But it's so rare. I mean, it has very good photos and everything. But this one, I've read a lot of reviews on it. Yes, it's not quite as good as a Nikkor, but it's significantly less money. And for me and my shooting, this Tamron is enough. I know pros that shoot Tamron, so I'm not in these high-end lenses. So I'm not worried about that. I know some people get all upset. That's fine. I'll learn to deal with it. So, all right. So that's the wrap up for today, for this past week. Leave your comments below and please subscribe. Thank you very much. Thanks for stopping by. Wait. There is one more thing. So this twin star telescope behind me here, I want to know how to attach my camera to it. I believe I have to replace these pieces up here with an eyepiece, a magnifying piece, and a mount. And then I just attach my camera to it. I'm not positive. So I need a Nikon mount for a twin star. I believe these things exist. I guess I need to measure some of this. It's made in China. You know, it's a decent entry-level telescope. But the directions are in apparently poorly written Chinese translated into really bad English. So I'm lost. That's what all to do. So if you know, please send me a message or put comments down below how to hook my Nikon D7000, this thing. I would be much appreciated. Thank you very much.